Welcome to Foundations, everyone. A couple of new faces. My name is Bri Morena de Santos, and today we are going to be doing a lot of shoulder openers because there's this magical, mystical thing that you see happen in class, and it makes you feel like everyone's more advanced than you. Tiff, can you demonstrate? It's reverse prayer. And no, you don't have to have special arms or be magical, although she is. You just have to have really open shoulders and start to learn the mechanics of how you actually get the fingers, the palms connected. But we will have a whole entire class before we get there. So if you're like, should I leave? No, don't worry. You're still gonna have a regular practice, okay? This is just our focus. Alrighty, so let's begin seated, easy pose Sukhasana. Take a moment, soften your gazes. Let yourself get right into this present moment. Letting go of whatever came before, whatever's awaiting you. Start to think of your space as being sacred because it is. Feel the energies of everyone in this space connecting back to yours, yours to theirs. Start to notice your higher vibration, the parts of self that you're most grateful for, proud of, connected to. And may we all begin with having gratitude for our health, for the ability to practice in community today. And you can take any mudra of choice. You can have your palms open, facing down, or hands placed over the heart, or in prayer. Maybe a slight tuck of the chin into the chest just to take a moment to honor what is coming next. And start to notice the breath, activating prana, life force energy around, through, within. Starting to feel that ujjayi breathing, that deep ocean-like sound starting to come through the back of your throat, through your ears. Inhaling through the nose, trying to exhale out of the nose, but if that's not working, through the creases of your lips. Pretending you're fogging up a mirror, you're really just drawing energy in and in a way feeling like you're forcing energy out. Yeah. On your next inhale, let's inhale the hands to the sky and draw the palms together for Anjali or prayer. Keeping those palms pressing together, noticing if they're passively touching, really pressing like you are making a pancake. And then reversing those palms up, eye gazes can follow. Feel your heart lift, feel a little bit of a stretch through the lower back. And exhale, draw everything back, keeping those palms and fingertips connected, drawing the chin into chest. One more time, pressing up, really pressing, lengthening. And then opening up the heart and exhale, let it go, let it go, let it go. Yes, we're gonna draw the knees to the sky, feet out in front. We're gonna take some seated cat-cows, my favorite. We're gonna bring the hands right under the knees. We're gonna take a deep inhale. As you exhale, tuck the chin, round the spine, lengthen the arms, feel the toes connecting to the mat. And then inhale, lift the nose, lift the heart. And exhale, let it go. You can hold on to your body as tight as you like. You can activate your core if you want to release those hands, maybe starting to get a little rotation through the shoulders. This is optional at this point. You can keep that support. If at any time you feel too much pressure on your tailbone, just draw your hands back to beneath your knees and maybe just loosen your grip. At your own pace, we're gonna take a few rounds. You're gonna feel your core activating. Make sure you lengthen at the top, enjoying that rotation through your shoulders. We're gonna make this our last one. Our hands are gonna connect back to where we found them. And then we're gonna inhale, we're gonna hold the pose, but not the breath. So you're not gonna hold that inhale, right? Inhale and exhale. Yes. On your next exhale, we're gonna draw the shoulders in, so we're encapsulating the heart. So instead of a traditional cat-cow, it's kind of like you're rolling into a ball, and then you're coming out of your shell. So with your inhales and exhales, start to find this gentle movement. It's like you're flapping your wings. Really invite those shoulders in, right? If it feels a little awkward, that's okay. It's not what you're used to. And then we're gonna hold it on the exhale, right? So we're gonna have that encapsulation, that little rounding, elbows are bent. But find your breath. Don't hold your breath, just hold the pose. That's right. And then when you're ready on your next exhale, neutralize your spine. We're gonna draw our hands out forward, palms facing up, and we're gonna just slowly roll down a little bit. We're gonna stop halfway. For my Pilates people, you're gonna feel that little C curve happening in your lower abdominals. You're gonna lift one leg and lift the other. We're gonna hold those bent knees here. And then if you like, you can start to lengthen, yes? And what we want is we just wanna make that connection with the core. Find your breath. One more round, and then slowly bring it back. We're gonna give ourselves a hug, hands over or under. Yeah, lots of activation in the core to begin. That's right. We're gonna bring our hands behind us, yogis, and we're just gonna do some hip dips from a seated variation. So let that little twist happen, right? So you're inviting that twist into the body, only going as much as your shoulders, your arms will allow. Getting a little massage on the glutes, through middle, through center. Yeah. Take 2 more rounds. And then we're going to bring it back center when we're done. We're gonna lengthen those legs out in front of us. Toes to the nose. And we're gonna do another little exercise just to release the hips here. So we're gonna bring our hands, actually let your fingers go away from your body. So not traditional vinyasa. We're just gonna walk our hands back, just kind of kickstanding our body here. And then we're going to point and flex the toes. We're gonna release these ankles. Also, you're gonna get some nice activation happening through the quads here. Yeah, doesn't this feel good? And if you wanna do one at a time, you can actually get a little deeper on each side. Find your breath. Yeah. And then we're gonna bring it back center. And then we're gonna do a little funky thing for the hips, okay? So we're gonna draw the heels together and up, and then we're gonna reverse it. Knees are gonna come together and down. And we're gonna reverse it up and take it down. This is really good for the hips. One more round. My men in the class, love you. And then we're gonna bring it back center, toes to your nose. Inhale, rise. That was a little dance warm up, but bringing back the yoga, right? We're gonna get this nice little stretch here. Feel free to draw your hands under your knees, getting a little bend in those knees here. Do not focus on touching the toes unless it just naturally happens for you, right? Dean, you thought we were just gonna do reverse prayer. Down there with our hands tied behind our back. Nope, nope. We're gonna slowly draw our hands up, head comes up last. Inhale the hands to the sky. We're gonna do some sweeps here. And exhale, fold. You're gonna find your own rhythm here. We're gonna do several rounds, so enjoy it. Slowly making your way back. We're getting some nice rotation through those shoulders. We're enjoying our breath. And what I love about this movement is as you're drawing up, you're inhaling, filling the lungs all the way through the fingertips. And then as you draw down, you're releasing, letting it go. And you can really start to enjoy that movement with your breath work. If you have the coordination in the mind and the hands start to come toward the feet, point the toes away from your nose. And as your hands start to come towards your hips, point the toes toward your nose. And let's see if we can add in those little foot points and flexes as we move through the sweeps. That's right. We're going to take 2 more rounds, yogis. We're going to end in Dandasana or staff pose. 1 more round here. Letting the neck really get nice and chill. And then as we land, toes to our nose, let the shoulders get relaxed. Let gravity just take your arms down to the mat. Everything's happening in the legs here. A little slight rotation internally, but nothing crazy is happening. Find the breath. See if you can lengthen like someone's coming and lifting you up through your armpits and you're getting a little taller. And this is a very challenging pose. 1 more round of breath. And then pretend you're watching TV. You almost forgot what that felt like. What's going on with you all? Okay, draw the bottoms of your feet together. Everyone looked at me like, wait, what does she mean? I don't watch television. And then we're gonna come into a little butterfly or a little clown. So just go ahead and tuck your chin into chest, round your spine. Drawing your nose towards your toes, even if it's just in theory. Find your breath. Yeah. And then we're gonna slowly roll up. It doesn't matter which side, just take the one leg and top it over to the other. And then the hand that's on top, you're just gonna reach up to the sky, and then you're gonna open up your heart space, noticing how that shoulder's opening up for you. And then as you sweep through, you're gonna look and you're gonna stretch and reach, keeping those legs close to each other. And then exhale, take the hand through the sky, open up the heart 1 more time, noticing getting a little stretch happening in the back. And then exhale, bring it down. Other side, we're just gonna take it over, no big deal. We're gonna reach, stretch through the sky, turn into a little shooting star, open things up. And then as the hand comes back through the sky, reaches, we're gonna twist it over as far as we can go. Let's do that again. Find your breath, take it through the sky, and lift your heart space. And then bring it through, sweep it over, and stretch. And then we're gonna land those hands, bring them back to where we found them, yeah? We're gonna come onto all 4. All right. Let's go ahead and stretch those hands out in front of us. Let's tint those palms up, so bringing it into fingertips. Let your head dangle in between your shoulder blades. So you may need to make some adjustments so that you can make that happen. Yes, everyone looks amazing. So you're tinting those arms, tinting those fingers, head is dangling in between. Let the shoulders get really heavy. Draw them down into your body so the shoulders are not in your ears, right? In yoga, the shoulders are really never in the ears. And then take your eye gazes forward, flatten your palms, and sweep your heart through. You're still on your knees, coming into like a cobra variation. Take your tail to heel, a little stretchy kitty cat or a little stretchy child's pose. And then eyes forward, sweeping through. This time we're gonna press through the tops of our feet, coming into an up dog or a little still on a rock. Find your breath here. Your core is activated. And then drop your knees, tail to heel, stretch it out. Yeah. All right, yogis, we're gonna slowly roll up. We're going to inhale our hands to the sky. You're seated on your heels. If this is uncomfortable for you, you can sit on your tail. And then we're gonna reverse it up. Eye gazes follow, separate the hands, draw them by your side, tuck your chin into chest as the fingers come down. Getting some rotation through the shoulders. Reverse the palms up, 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 up. Palms are going to come together. Draw them down, down, down. Let's make this an energy practice. We're going to take several rounds. Inhale up. Exhale, let it go, like you're just sharing life force energy, prana, with the entire sacred space. And then inhale, draw it all around you in a beautiful bubble as you bring it into your body. And let's take another round. Let's take it down a notch a little slower this time. Sharing that prana. Now let's draw that prana in. And let's release it into our bubble. Yes, wonderful. Love it. We're gonna come onto all four. We're going to tuck our toes and we're gonna walk our hands to our feet. Knees are bent here. Uttanasana, nice little forward fold. Shift your weight forward towards those toes. Let's pedal it out, so draw one heel up at a time. You might feel that inversion. You might start to feel that blood rushing to the mind. If this is too much, eye gaze is up towards the top of your mat. We're gonna slowly rise, yogis. Take your time. Just making sure the camera's on my teachers here. And as your head comes up last, inhale your hands to the sky. Exhale the palms together towards heart center. We're just repeating what we just did. Inhale, rise. Exhale, let it go. Your chin's gonna tuck into chest, getting a little flexion through your cervical spine. Reverse, inhale, rise. And this time, exhale to heart space all the way to the earth. Uttanasana, forward fold. Feel that stretch in the back of your legs. Half lift, bend the knees. We're gonna step into a nice, calm, relaxing plank. We're gonna shift into up dog. You can always drop your knees. Together, we will drop our knees, take our tail to our heel, stretch the body, slowly roll up, sitting on your heels if that feels okay. Inhale your hands up. Exhale, palms to your heart. Yes. Reverse. Feel the energy. Exhale, hands by your side. We're going to come into all four, tuck the toes, find Uttanasana, forward fold. Bend your knees, slowly rise. Find your breath. Inhale, root to rise. Hands to the sky. This time, swan dive down. Yes. Lift halfway. Let's neutralize the spine. Bend the knees. We're going to walk like a little panther back into plank towards the top of the mat. Find your breath. Drop your knees, flatten your feet, lift your heart. Press through the bottoms of your feet and rise. Exhale, release, tail to heel. Slowly come up. Last time, inhale, hands through the sky. Exhale, back to your heart. Yes, reverse sweep it up. This time, enjoy a heart opener, baby back bend. Yes, inhale, rise. Exhale, fold forward. Find a gentle little child's pose variation here. Don't live here too long. We're gonna take our eyes forward and sweep through cobra, up dog, and finally tuck our toes, downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal it out. Shake your head, relax your body in this inversion. We're gonna slowly start to walk the toes to meet the hands, yogis. We're gonna stay in a forward fold. We're gonna bring our hands out into airplane, palm facing down. Feel your shoulder blades connect behind you. See if you can draw your hands towards your tailbone, so not towards the sky, and interlace the hands. Feel free to bring knuckles to knuckles or grab the back of your shirt and fold forward. If you feel good about it, you can start to raise those knuckles to the sky. You don't have to. You can keep those knuckles pressing towards the back of your mat to begin this first part of the pose. Yogi's choice. We have a lot of movement in the shoulders already today. And then we're gonna bend those knees, keep those hands interlaced, slowly start to rise. And then of course, this can turn into a little gentle heart opener, a little baby back bend. Don't make it your deepest back bend yet. And then slowly lift through your core. Release your arms. We're going to bring our hands to our shoulders. And we're just going to do some shoulder rotations. Find your breath. Next direction or opposite direction. Yeah. All right, yogis, we're going to bring our hands by our side. We're going to step out as wide as our mat here. And then we're going to slide that right hand down, left hand overhead, keeping the heart facing forward. So we're not going to tilt the heart to the sky or to the mat. We're going to keep it facing towards the top of your mat here. Keep that right hand where it's at and let it slide up your leg, just so we can feel those hips nice and square, opposite side. And again, just check in with your heart. Make sure it doesn't twist up or twist down, although that feels amazing normally. We're just going to get into the side body, into the shoulder, into that hip. And then this time that hand's going to come, we're going to come into like little airplane arms, palms facing down. We're going to hinge at those hips. Feel those shoulder blades come together. Feel your heart space open. See if you can interlace those hands. And just get deeper into your shoulders, into the inversion here. You can always grab the back of your shirt or just opposite elbows, right? Your body. Slowly start to rise. Your legs are still separated, mat width apart. Slowly take your time. We're going to open up our heart. Might feel a little bit different with this wider stance. And then slowly bring it back. We're going to bring our hands to our hips, and we're going to hinge at the hips, taking it all the way upside down. Once your head is below your heart, bring your hands to the mat. You can also bring your hands on blocks, or you can dangle your arms over the earth. Shift your weight towards your toes. Feel that opening through the back of your leg. And then now we're going to heel toe in, yogis. We're going to bend the knees, and we're going to sweep into Utkatasana chair pose. So in this chair pose, I want us to take a moment, take your eye gazes down, like kind of down towards the top of your mat. And I want you to find that nice neutralized spine. So you're not sticking your tail out behind you. It's just nice and neutralized through the sides of your body, through the spine. Now go ahead and bend those knees, but try to keep your spine where it's at, which is sort of a challenge. Pretend someone's coming and placing a chair under you instead of you looking for the chair. Sweep your hands down like you're downhill skiing. Lift your heart. You can feel that curvature in the back of your spine now. Take your hands back to where you just found them and feel the neutralization of your spine. Find cactus arms. Bring your hands to your heart space. Press the palms together. Slowly rise. We're going to interlace the hands at the top or the fingers. Press the palms up and take it to the right. Go ahead and drop your eye gazes to the earth and draw your shoulders behind your neck. And if you like, bend those elbows and see if you can get deeper into that stretch. We're going to keep both legs lengthened here unless you need a slight bend in the knee. And press through the bottoms of your foot. Rise, eye gazes up. Inhale as you take that nice deep stretch. Exhale, opposite side. Arms are lengthened for the first part. If you want, you can bend those elbows, getting deeper. Just don't stick that hip out. Try to keep everything neutralized. Inhale, rise. Exhale, swan dive. Woo! We're going to bend those knees and grab opposite elbows. And I know we're in a lot of inversions. Draw the elbows down. Feel that spreading through the back of your body. Feel from shoulder blade to shoulder blade as gravity takes its course. You're encouraging that opening through the back of your body to happen. Go ahead and let your hands come to the mat. Step into a plank. We're going to activate those shoulders again through the core as well, of course. Find your breath. You can always drop a knee if you need to, right? One more round of breath if you have it. And then drop the knees, flatten the feet, take your tail to your heels, and slowly rise. Is she harassing one of you? Oh. No kisses. Inhale, hands up. And exhale them to our heart. I didn't bring out the straps because I don't want us to force anything, right? Like we're not even gonna try to make it happen. We're just gonna see what happens. So bring your hands by your side. We're going to take the right hand out to half airplane, palm face up now, and take it up overhead. Draw that shoulder back into your body. Bend at the elbow, let that arm just kind of come behind you. It's just hanging out there. Draw that elbow close to your head. okay? Other hand's gonna come out half airplane, palm facing down, right? We're gonna bend at that elbow so it's like we're telling someone to stop on the other side of us, okay? So we're just gonna get that little flexion happening, notice that. Come back to half, or half airplane, yep. And now we're gonna sweep that arm behind us and then draw it behind us. So just to give the camera. Now, this is where some of us might be today, and that is okay, right? Noticing those differences. If you want to start to make that diagonal, you can start to draw up that diagonal. Maybe the fingertips are playing the piano together. Maybe they're reaching for each other. Maybe they're not in each other's sight. If you make that connection, you make that connection. If you don't today, you don't today, right? So you have lots of different flexion variations to choose. So take a moment, figure out where you're at, find your breath. Maybe soften your eyes or take your gazes off the tip of your nose so you can get really internalized here. You're probably holding your breath, so start to find your breath, whatever that looks like for you here. Yeah. And so we're just enjoying this gentle connection here. Little cow face arms. And then we're gonna slowly come out of this. We're gonna find airplane arms, nice and relaxed. And we're gonna flip our palms up and down, up and down. We're gonna bring the hands overhead, draw them the heart space. And now we're gonna take eagle arms to sort of balance out some of that energy. So bringing the elbows together, right arm's gonna come on the inside, and maybe this is your practice today. If this is your practice today, you can get into those shoulders and back. All you have to do is draw everything together and have intention. I can't with her. And if you want to keep going, I don't know what you want. And if you want to keep wrapping it around, if you want to raise those elbows up, you're going to really feel that stretch. Again, we're all different sizes here. So if you have really big biceps and triceps, maybe tight shoulders, just making that connection's enough, right? You can even have one arm open or lengthen. So any variation here, okay? Find your breath, because for some of us, this is like, whoo, to the lat. So breathe into those muscles. Tell your nervous system to relax. And look for an exhale. You're gonna untwist, unwind, and we're gonna bring our hands to our shoulders and we're gonna release some of that energy, both directions, yeah? Okay, all righty. So here we go. We're gonna practice the other side. So let's inhale the hands up. And let's just exhale them by our side. If this is too much sitting on our feet, which I think it might be, let's go ahead and we'll take the other side in a different way. We'll come back into tabletop, step into plank, push into down dog, and walk your toes to meet your hands. We'll do the other side standing. Slowly rise, take your time, no rush. Inhale your hands up and exhale them to your heart. Yes. All right, yogis, we're gonna find actually let's bring our hands to our hips for just a second. And let's draw our shoulder blades together. You can feel your heart opening and then draw your heart in, but keeping your hands on your hips. And you can feel your chest spreading. Find something neutral, right? Okay, so now we're gonna take the left hand out, palms facing down to start, and then palm facing up, right? Let's go ahead and do a little diagonal on this side. We're gonna change this one up a little. We're gonna bend at that elbow, right? We're gonna draw that shoulder blade back. Yeah? Feel that connection, right? And then from here, yogis, we're gonna slowly start to wrap it down. Notice that difference. Your elbows by your head, we just got there differently. Opposite hand out, draw that shoulder back, bend that elbow. And then I like to take that little rotation behind and then sweep it up. So maybe you're just supporting your lower back here. And this is your practice today. Maybe you can start to take those rotations. So what we're trying to train our body to do, and as you're in the pose, I'm gonna come out of it, is like a kid, right? Kids are used to doing all sorts of things, all kinds of directions, but we get used to like doing the robot. And so we don't know anymore like where our arms can go. So we get into things in all kinds of funky ways so that you know that you're kind of reminding your brain that, yeah, it's okay, it's fine. So again, who knows where you're at here? All good. You can grab your shirt. You can keep reaching. You can walk your fingers down your back or your fingers up your back. Maybe they touch each other. Maybe one touches. Maybe they all touch. Find your breath. Breathe. As long as you're never feeling pain and it just feels tightness or tension or a little bit of stress, you can just breathe through that, releasing through the jaw, releasing through your glutes. But if you feel pinching pain, you have old injuries and ailments, then of course you can take variations, right? Yeah. One more round. And then exhale, let's release out of this. This time we're gonna do these circles. Last time we did palms up and palms down, remember? Okay. So we're gonna inhale our hands up, stretch, and then fold forward on this one. Half lift, bend the knees, reverse sweep it to the sky. And bring the hands back to your heart space. We're gonna take eagle arms standing on the other side. We're not gonna do eagle legs, right? So now left arm's gonna come in, and maybe that's your practice. Remember, you can take sort of like a runner stretch variation too. We're just opening up through the shoulders and the back of the body. You wanna keep wrapping it, you can keep wrapping. If you wanna lift those elbows a little higher, you're really gonna feel that stretch enter into your body. Breathe into this. This is a lot on the body. Feels better when you don't have to do eagle legs too. I like your mudra. Find your breath. And then exhale, let it go, yogis. Release the body. And inhale the hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Yes, half lift. Bend the knees, reverse sweep up. Feel free to take a deep back bend or just a nice little heart opener, yogi's choice. And then when you rise, hands to your heart space. We're gonna get into the legs. We're gonna do a little bit of a reverse prayer variation. So we're gonna draw our hands behind our back, palms facing, fingertips facing down, even if you already have this in the full expression of your practice. And we're gonna bend those elbows and draw the elbows as much as they can go. For some, maybe it's here, for others, it's higher, right? So let's just play with this for now. We're gonna walk that right foot forward. We're gonna find a little gentle pyramid. Try to keep your fingertips really engaged. So if your palms aren't touching, but you need to tent it up like we did at the beginning of class, honor that, that's fine. You just need to have some pressure engagement here. So a little bit of acupressure is happening. Press the palms together if you have it in your practice. And then we're gonna hinge at the hips. Only going as far as you can maintain the shoulder opener, the fingers or the palms touching, and that deep stretch that's gonna show up in that hamstring. So remember, you don't have to take the full inversion. You can also bend a knee or two. Now check in with what's happening in your shoulders. You want to keep the back of your shoulder blades connecting. If you get passive there, then all you're doing is doing go-go gadget hands. So we want to keep the muscles doing all the work. The hands is a result of the muscles connecting. One more round of breath. Slowly rise, use your core. In yoga, we're activating Uddiyana Bandha here by way of root to rise. And then we're gonna just swivel and the back of the room is gonna become the front of the room. You have Alex and Karen Ann up there, and they can slowly start to fold forward. Yes. Again, only going as far as the shoulders and the back of the legs. Honor. Fingertips are touching. Something's touching here, right? Maybe it's just pinkies, maybe it's just thumbs, maybe it's the whole shebang. Maybe it's just your hands touching in your heart. Right? That's okay. One more round of breath. Pressing through the bottoms of your feet, slowly rise. Let your head be nice and loose and relaxed. Keep those shoulder blades engaged, which means your chest muscles are engaged. And we're gonna swivel to the side of the room. Go ahead and let your feet come out diagonally, nice and natural. We're gonna release these, or we're gonna interlace the hands and draw the palms down. We're gonna open up, and this should feel good. You're in a nice wide-legged stance here, maybe a slight little gentle bend in the knees if that feels good. Tuck your chin into chest, but keep drawing your fist towards the mat so that you can really enjoy it. Really get into that stretch, yeah? We're gonna release the hands, yogis. Inhale the hands up. And as you take cactus arms, bend those knees. Let's take a little movement. Inhale, rise. And last one, exhale, deepen. Yes. Feel those shoulder blades connecting behind you. Yes, Tiff, feel that heart open. So I hope you're making a little mental connection. Anytime you bring those shoulder blades together, you're actually activating a heart opener, right? So what's the difference if you don't do that? You're just sticking your chest out, right? So we want the muscles coming together, and then the heart opens as a result, not just I'm here, right? We want the shoulder blades to do all the work for us. Why does this matter? If you ever want to do an arm balance, inhale up. Last one, exhale, let it go. Really feel those shoulder blades come together. Feel that heart lift by a result of that. Go ahead and bring your hands to your thighs, stick your tail out, draw your heart down to the earth. We're gonna stretch over to the right. So draw that right shoulder back, press that left arm into the inner of your thigh. Such a weird position on the camera there. And then we're gonna take it on the other side. Doesn't that feel amazing? It's like a nice twisty twist. And then exhale, center. Find your sumo squat and sink into it. Really enjoy it. And then bring your hands to the mat, tail to the sky. We're gonna walk our hands over to the right side. And we're just gonna do a nice gentle stretch here. Let your head get as heavy, let your shoulders get as relaxed. If you're holding your shoulders and your head up, then nothing's relaxing in your body, right? Use your blocks if you need to, let your hands dangle if you like, bend those knees. Whatever lets your cervical spine, your neck and head relax is what you need to do at the lower part of your body here. When the neck is relaxed, the shoulders will follow, right? Because the shoulders don't need to protect anything. Look for a deep exhale, or excuse me, a deep inhale. And as you exhale, walk it opposite side and then rinse and repeat on this side. You have to go through all those steps because you just tensed up and moved your body. So check in and make sure at the end of the day, your neck and head is completely relaxed, which means you're not stretching to touch your toes because then you won't relax. On your next deep inhale, you're going to exhale center. And we're going to heel toe all the way in. We're going to slowly rise. Take your time. As your head comes up last, inhale your hands up to the sky. Eye gazes can follow. Exhale your hands to your heart space, prayer center, Anjali. And let's just take a moment here, shut down the eyes or draw them off the tip of your nose or the tip of your fingers. Everyone around you is blurry. And just notice the breath. Find your breath. From root to rise, deep inhales from the bottoms of your feet and deep exhales. I was looking up because I'm like, what is this called again? Paschma, Namaskar. That's reverse prayer, by the way. It's not Anjali. And when you're ready, yogis, open your eyes. We're going to take a nice balancing pose to balance our body. We're going to come into tree pose. We're going to come into it in a somatic way, right? So we're going to kickstand that right foot. Feel all your weight in that left leg, but not in that left hip. So really drawing up, almost like you're just going to float off of your mat. Bring your right hand on the inner of your thigh and open up that door. We're opening up right through the hip, not through that knee. And then you can feel free to take the pose. If you want the advanced variation, try to take half lotus. Your hip is really open for that. Feel free to keep those toes on the mat. Feel free to hover that big toe off of the mat. Feel free to utilize a wall. When you feel the lower parts of your body connected to the mat, roll your crotches however you like. On the next one, we will do a reverse prayer option. And once you find the pose, yogi, that's when you activate Drishti, so where the eye is going off the tip of the nose. And then you activate prana, your pranayama practice, right? Your ujjayi breathing or other practices of choice. So in those steps is how you can enjoy your practice the most. One more round of breath if it's in your practice today. Most importantly, come out of it nice and chill so your nervous system doesn't think you're running from a lion. Bring your hands to your hips and pedal it out. Yeah. All right, on the opposite side, because most of us, our right leg is a little bit more powerful for balancing. If you want to practice either the reverse variation, or, fingertips down, so reverse, double reverse. Okay, or you want to start to try to get into the flexion. So we're going to start off here. Let's actually, you know what, let's do the exercise. Let's come into the Tadasana legs, so just straight legs, right? Standing. Feet are facing forward. And then hands are together, fingertips towards your tailbone. All right, if you like, you can do a rotation. Oops. This is good to do though. Do a rotation. So you come into your fingertips, you open up some, show the camera, you open up and you flip the palms. Why is it better to do that? Because if you draw your shoulder blades together, you don't want to reverse the shoulders, right? You don't want to activate those cuffs. We want to rotate by way of the wrist. So this is the one area where you can segment that out and you're not doing a full rotation and you can't get into the pose. So maybe this feels different for you. Right? Wow, everyone's pretty much in a variation, a really good variation. All right, so things have just got serious now. So hold on to that, right? And now you're gonna come into your right standing leg. You're gonna kickstand that left leg. You're gonna pretend that hand is on the inner of that thigh, opening up that door, so you open up through your hip flexor, not your knee. And then just take a nice chill variation. Tip, do whatever you want. You can hike that leg up without your hand. I have it. You 2 hours. Nice, Karen. Karen figured out how to use the wall as reverse prayer. Oh my goodness, you should see your reverse prayers. Okay, so you've done this a lot of times, huh? Breathe. I am so impressed right now. Show up, everyone. Keep those shoulder blades together, right? Take that pressure out of your elbows. The balance is harder, as it should be. One more round of breath if you have it. Come out of the pose, take your time, release your hands, release your shoulders. You're gonna inhale your hands overhead. You're gonna do a nice swan dive down. You're gonna hang out at Uttanasana, forward fold, and feel free to get nice and heavy. Let gravity take its course. If this is too much on the inversion, take your eye gazes up. That was amazing. So reverse prayer shows up in very traditional vinyasa, Ashtanga, and it's very pronounced, right? It totally takes away from your balancing abilities in the body, so you really have to activate the mind. And as you notice, when your hands are together in this new awkward space, we are actually more present in what's happening in the mind. Like we're really present. All right, that was wonderful. We're gonna come into a little yogi ball. Take your time arriving. If it feels good and you want another balance challenge, you can always use your blocks. You can always sit on your blocks, or you can start to wrap your hands or your arms around your knees. So I'm just gonna recap. When you are drawing your shoulders together, you're opening up your heart. So you're activating the muscles in your chest, right? Instead of just sticking out your chest. You don't have to worry about how long your arms are because you are drawing the shoulder blades together, which is giving you an opportunity to bring the arms together, right? Shoulders are open, you're breathing, so you're relaxing with every exhalation. And then when you do the reverse prayer, you're just flipping it through your wrist. You're not actually reorganizing your shoulders, which means that you're not accidentally tweaking out your shoulders and losing that mobility, right? So you're really activating your core. You're really allowing your chest to do all of the work for you. All right, we're gonna swivel to the front of the mat. And then we're gonna come on our knees. We're gonna swivel around to a seated posture. Yeah, great work, great work. All right, yogis, we're gonna bring that right foot on the inside, left toes towards your nose. Inhale your hands up and enjoy this nice deep stretch. Find your breath. You can always place your hands under your knees. You can also place a block under your knee. You can place a block under both knees. Yeah. Make it comfy for you. We're gonna live here for a minute, so don't try to reach for your toes. Make sure you feel comfortable. Feel that foot that's touching in your inner thigh. Feel that pressure, right? You're pressing that foot into that thigh. Mm-hmm. So next time you want to take reverse prayer hands, draw the shoulder blades together first. That's the quick tip. Yeah. No go-go gadget arms. One more round of breath. We do all sorts of weird things when we're first practicing yoga though. We're like, I'm just gonna hike this foot towards my nose. Haven't done this since I'm a baby, but it is happening on a Thursday night, you know? Middle of my age. Like, I'm just gonna do this as an adult. We're gonna slowly start to rise. Take your time. We're gonna bend that knee, that lengthened leg knee. And then we're gonna take the right and we're gonna hook it in. And then we're just gonna take a gentle twist. Let that left arm kickstand you. Not to do anything fancy. If you wanna get into that left shoulder a little bit more, you can take it into your peripheral and draw it behind your ear. And then it's gonna help you with your posture, right? You're gonna feel like your glutes are lifting off of the mat a bit. One more round of breath. Lifting towards this leg gives you the advantage to be able to get deeper into that twist. And then exhale, release. Yeah, we're gonna lengthen both legs. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep it forward. We're gonna do a slow roll up. Let your head come up last. And as your head rises, go ahead and draw that left foot on the inner of that leg. Toes to your nose. Press that foot into your thigh. Inhale, rise. And then exhale, we're gonna live here. So get comfortable. And if you haven't noticed, we took a bind, right, when we did reverse prayer, but any other binds we take, it's still those same mechanics, right? Feel free to use your wrist. Let your wrist do the swivels. One more round of breath. You'll slowly roll out of this. As you come up, that knee is gonna bend. Go ahead and hook that left arm on the inner, and then just let that opposite arm kickstand you. Again, if you like, you can draw that shoulder behind your ear. Someone said online they had their hands flipped the whole time. You know what? If it felt good, a little, it makes you happy. Shout out to Cheryl Crow. And remember, you're in a binded pose here, so you can invite as much energy as you want into your pose. That leg, that lengthened foot, or that flexed foot. Your body pressing into your thigh, your arm hooked onto your leg. However much pressure you want to invite is the pressure you want to invite. On your next exhale, let it go. Woo! Release those legs out. Inhale the hands up. Sweep it forward. Let your head rise left. Yes. Right. And option to do Navasana, boat pose, roll down. So if this is too much for you today, you can just come onto forearms one at a time, find your way on your back. Audra just kind of landed. And then we're gonna draw the knees into the body. Go ahead and make big circles in the sky or rock from side to side. Yeah. Give yourself a little massage. Maybe wiggle those toes, release those ankles. We did a lot of shoulder stuff today, yogis. We were in inversions quite a bit. Hydrate. Treat yoga like you just got a deep tissue massage, because you did. By our intense pranayama practice, our breath work, we're releasing fascia, right? Deep tissue massage. All right, lovelies, keep that right knee into your body. Left leg is gonna lengthen all the way to the earth. Squeeze that knee into you, almost under that right armpit. Wiggle those right toes, that right ankle. Find your breath here. We're gonna do a little hip opener. So take the left hand and place it on top of your left thigh just to kind of ground it. And then draw that right knee to the earth. For some of us, it'll go all the way down to the mat. For others, it'll be kind of just a little flexion. Yep, you got it. You got it. Don't you worry. I always say, if you hear me say something else and we do something else, then that was the thing you should have done, right? Some yogis might want to bring their peace fingers to their big toe or bring their hand out to the edge and open it up if your neighbor will accept you. Otherwise, you can just hold the pose. Yes. Getting deeper into that hip flexor, that rotation if you like. So sometimes when we do a lot of rotation through the shoulders, it's like to kind of equalize that out with the hips, keeping those ball and socket joints connected to each other energetically. One more delicious round of breath, and then we're gonna take that supine twist. So you're gonna grab that knee into the opposite hand, take it all the way over. And then if you can keep those shoulders grounded, that would be even better. But also if you're enjoying that twist deeper in the lumbar spine, then do it. Yogi's choice on this one. Yeah. Beautiful practice. Yeah. Look for another exhale, draw back center, square your hips. Take a moment, maybe draw the knees into the body, maybe do a few little rocks from side to side. And of course, you're gonna do this on the other side, right? You're gonna keep that opposite knee in, you're gonna draw it into your body, almost like it's going right under that armpit. You're really squeezing it in, right? We really wanna open things up. Wiggle those toes, release that ankle. Yeah. And then right hand on top of the right thigh, just to kind of apply a little bit of pressure to ground. And then draw that knee down to the mat. Or wherever it goes, right? Your body doesn't know. It just wants to go a little further than it normally does on a regular day. Also, I can see that most of you are really open on this side. Like, wow. Everyone's pretty open on this side of their body. Interesting. We could have done some balancing. Just kidding. And of course, if you want to take this deeper, the ones that already wanted to are doing it. Wonderful. It's amazing. All those shoulder openers help. When you're ready, take a nice exhale, draw that knee over body, take that supine twist. Supine meaning just lying down on your back. And again, your shoulders can stay grounded, which means your twist may not stay grounded or be as twisty, or you can get deeper into the lumbar spine and let that shoulder rise a little. Depending on your flexibility, Alex, you might be doing all the things. Tiffany. Whatever works. If you're really, really flexible, make sure you're really activating those muscles though, right? You're not just flopping into your flexibility. So you never want to just like, almost like Gumby into the body. You want to keep those muscles activated, keep those hips protected. Mm-hmm. Can you feel activation in your hamstring on that top leg? Okay, good. That's what I like. When we're taking the bind, so when you're really flexible and you take a bind hand to toe, it should activate those muscles so that you don't just, so that you're not just like hanging out in like the splits all day. Okay, good. Good. Gotta protect our flexible yogis too. Looking for one more round of breath if it's in you. I hope you enjoyed that and you weren't thinking about your grocery list. Bring it back center. This time windshield wipers might feel really good. Just swing those legs from side to side. And as we come to a close, yogis, take any final movements that float your boat. Happy babies, any final stretches, twists or turns. I'm gonna shut the AC down because it always likes to start working right at Shavasana at the 11 o'clock. It doesn't work at 9:30 at all. You come into a very humid space. All right. And you can lay on your back for Shavasana. You do not have to. You can lay on your belly, your side, child's pose. Do not have to take Shavasana if that's not making sense for you. We're going to start to bring ourselves into our final resting pose. Take a few moments and connect with the earth. Feel the support that you're receiving. Relax through the eyebrows, the nostrils, the jaw. Perhaps taking the tip of your tongue to the top of your mouth and relaxing all of the muscles of your face. Letting the shoulders relax. Relaxing the glutes, the back of your knees, palms of your hands, each and every finger, each and every toe. Relax. Relax. Beginning to breathe life into your body, wiggling your toes and your fingers, rolling over onto one side if you like. With your eyes soft, begin to float to a seated posture. Take your time. And we're going to inhale our hands up overhead. Exhale to our heart space. Perhaps placing both hands atop of each other over your heart. Taking a moment and just bringing to mind all that you are grateful for. Sending love to each other all around the room. And may we send love and peace out into our community. And may we express all of our highest vibrations with love and light. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, yogis. Go in peace. Namaste.
Namaste.
Oh, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. For my teachers who are doing this afternoon, I'll see you at 1:30. I can definitely sign you in, Sarah. Good to see you all. Hi, Britt. We'll talk about your stuff coming up next week, too. It's going to be exciting. All right, lovelies. See you all and shortly, I'm sure. Beso, beso.